Good morning and welcome to the channel. Yeah, welcome to the channel. I'm going to say welcome to the channel because I'm glad you all are here. So, I guess I could start by saying that I've gotten the corn head from Norfolk, Nebraska. I called it Norfolk, and a guy looked at me like, Norfolk? I was like, Norfolk. I was like, oh. You guys call it Norfolk? Well, there's no R at the end of this. He's like, yeah, well, that's the way it's pronounced here. I was like, well, I'm used to Norfolk, Virginia. And that's, if you call it Norfolk or Norfolk, they'll look at you and say, it's Norfolk. But anyway, whatever. Me and my father did this trip in a very quick amount of time. I stopped only for gasoline. I only ate a hamburger in 52 hours, a bag of potato chips that I shared with him, and some pistachio nuts. About 6 cups of coffee throughout the trip, and 4 Red Bulls to try and stay awake to do the drive. First night, I slept for an hour. Me and my dad did. He said that I snored too loudly in that truck, and it was just not going to happen. So he got in the driver's seat and started to drive. He drove from 2 in the morning till about 5. And then I jumped in and drove for a little while, and then he drove again. He drove twice, I guess, and it wasn't too terrible until we got into the rain, and it was just frightening for everyone around. Frightening for me, frightening for the other drivers, because it poured. I was just watching the rest of the story. Travis Kister, he said that it had just rained for 4 days. Well, we went into that rain, drove through that rain, loaded the header kind of in the rain, turned around and drove back through the rain till about 2 o'clock in the morning. Then we slept. Now, 10 o'clock in the morning. Then I slept till 2, and then I slept again till 4, and then I started to drive the long drive home, and we got home right at 9 o'clock. So the time that it took to drive 2,705 miles was exactly 54 hours. 54 hours. The average speed of that trip was 50 miles per hour. So anyways, with that being said, what you are seeing is drone footage of down in North Carolina during the straw job. As you can see, it's kind of hazy, and you look out over top of this field that we're coming up on, and you can see the 2 different varieties of corn that were planted. You know, like one bag on one row on a 12-row corn planter. And then you see this sea of water out there. It rained a heck of a lot while we were down in North Carolina. As a matter of fact, I will point out some of the, I got some pictures stuffed in here, and I'll point out to you the disaster that we actually did have. It was pretty bad. 12 inches of rain. 9 inches in I think it was 9 inches in 3 days. It was disgusting. It poured so freaking hard that the balers, it washed the dirt out of the balers. It was like somebody pressure washed them. We generally would blow them off and go from there. But anyhow, this is Timothy flying, by the way. And I just, I don't know. He does what he wants to do with that thing. I'm going to kind of speed this up. I don't need it to be like forever long in this particular area, but it's just giving you a good overview. And I think right now is there's the pile of straw that had 12 inches of rain on it. You can probably go over and rewind that to go over that again. There was 1,300 bales in that pile, and by the time I got the 6210R or ghetto trash to straighten that pile out, about 50% of it had gone over. The water laid in the bottom, crushing the lower bale, causing it to flop over on its side. So I spent approximately 1 full day screwing with that pile of straw to get it where it belongs. And you can see the water right here. That's our home base right there. You see the water laying in the field, and now you're going to see some actual agriculture, actual baling. These 3 Krone balers can really punch out the material. You know, really punch out the material. You can get a lot done in a short amount of time. We did a lot of acres down there. When we were down there, we did approximately 7,000 acres, a little more than 7,000 acres. And why is he not putting down that header? He's baling with the head up. Oh my goodness, I guess I could yell at him. But he doesn't work for me anymore, so I guess it doesn't matter. Anyways, we definitely went the mileage. We put a lot of hours on these tractors to do 7,000 plus acres of straw. The final number was a little over 15,000 bales. So we were in 8-bale straw, and you can see the water sloshing and the mud flailing, and it was just really bad to do this job. By the time we were done, things had started to dry out enough that we could have done more. Now the problem was we couldn't wait any longer than we did. And the farmers down there, they cut their own ruts, and then we cut more ruts, and then they cut the field with usually a turbo till or a high-speed disc harrows, the turbo tills or the vertical tillage machines, and they straightened it right out and then planted their soybeans right in, which is good because that's what needed to happen. Let's see, how could I put this? They made such a mess out of their own fields that it didn't matter what we did to them. I didn't get any complaints about it. It just was what it was. Now, when we first started, we were into really good straw, and I mean really good straw. We were dumping 4 to 6 bales to the acre out on the ground, and it was just beautiful. They had the right weather. They had, in that area, it was planted at the right time. And there goes Cody with his 7930. So it was planted correctly, and we really punched them out. Towards the end, we were on one farmer who skimped on his seed, skimped on his fertilizer, and he had 1,700 acres of absolute 100% shit. And it was like it was like a bale to the acre, a little more than a bale to the acre, which was really, I'd say, a waste of time. I mean, we were there, we had to do it, but it really cut into the profits. I think we could have gotten better straw on different farmers if they would have tried a little harder there. But it was what it was, and that's all that there could be. They had lined up these guys in the fall, and what happened with the weather and the fertilizer and everything else really kind of made it. Well, I guess I could just say made it difficult for us, because I tried even to get a couple of different farmers to give us straw, to sell us straw, because we needed it, and we knew that we were going to fall short of our goal. We were in line to make 30,000 bales, 30,000 plus bales of straw. We were there. We were like, yes, this is going to be the year to really knock it out. And, we expected to have a couple of bad fields or even a couple of bad farms. But when it came down to 1,700 acres of absolute trash, that wasn't cool. It wasn't cool at all. It was like, wow, you know what? This made this not hardly worth the fuel. But we did it anyway, and we got it done, and I'm not going to complain too much more about it, because we did enjoy the job. We did enjoy doing it. We went the distance and did the job. So, I don't even know what else to say about it. I do have a lot of footage. The engine rebuild of the 8120, that is on here. I finally was able to get that transferred over to my computer, and that makes me happy. And so there was definitely there's definitely some good footage, and I was just thinking about starting to edit it together. I know that there are some people that don't care about it. They're like, oh yeah, another baling video, yeah. Well, when you watch other farming channels, it's oh yeah, another planting video or another whatever. And I got a lot of things going on in my life right now that I've actually taken a slowdown on YouTube. I used to post every single day, as you know, and it just became too much. I mean, we've got William now. He's 2 years old, and we've got the the corn that's going to come in. You're going to see some interesting video there. Going to be pulling the combine out here in the next couple of days. Getting that thing ready to go. I'm going to pull my bagging system out and bag up a bunch of corn for deer hunters. Deer hunters just love to feed their deer. So that hunting season started yesterday, or Saturday, not yesterday, but Saturday, bow season, which is about a month earlier than it used to start when I was young. We used to get into October, and then it was like October 10th or something. I don't know. It just seemed like it's too early right now. Kids are just back in school, and they've already started hunting, which we didn't settle in until about October. And then you had bow season and small game season, and I actually bought my wife a shotgun, 20 gauge, and she wants to go hunting. So I guess we're gonna see how well she does with that. I'm gonna take her squirrel hunting first, but yeah, there goes. That was Grant running the 8530. So the balers, I think I doubled that, didn't I? What did I do here? Is it the same one? It is the same one. So yeah, I don't know. What the heck is that all about? Anyway, I guess you get to watch the same clip twice, and as I finish this up, and maybe it will be just what the doctor ordered, right? So, oh God, that kind of threw me for. Well, wait a minute. I have another clip here. Let me throw that in there, and maybe we can get her up to where she needs to be. And then, of course, we've got Tim Potato flying over fields and being weird. So, anyhow, yeah, I guess that's that. Yeah, so next year the straw job is definitely on. We're going to do it again, and that's just how it's going to go. I enjoyed doing it, and everybody did. We're less Joe. Joe quit. He put in his 2 weeks notice, walked out, didn't even say goodbye to me because I don't know. I've talked to him twice since then. He said that he would call me. I called him on his birthday, which was the 18th of August, and I haven't heard from him since. So if he is watching this, I'm still waiting for that phone call, Joe. If not, well, I guess it is what it is. But yeah, no, it was kind of a mutual agreement. He was really starting to be a pain in my ass, showing up to work really late and complaining about working, saying that he didn't make enough money, and the usual I got problems kind of a thing. But those problems aren't my problems. He made good money. I paid him salary. So in the wintertime when he was off for weeks at a time, he still got a paycheck. Like, come into work, hey, I said, we got a few things to do, 3-4 hours, and then you go home, you still get the same paycheck. And that's what salary is. So in the summertime when we're working our asses off, then you get the same paycheck. You're putting in the hours that you didn't put in the wintertime. And for some reason he couldn't do math, because he got about 3 months where he did very little work and got paid very much. I mean, he was going skiing and doing whatever the hell he wanted to do. I asked him if he wanted to go skiing with me. He said no, which is fine. He's 20 years old, so whatever. But anyhow, that's the end of that. I'm a little sad about it because I thought that he could have done great things here on the farm, but I guess he's decided that not working is better than working. But when the money runs out, he'll be back, and I won't hire him because I'm not that way. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. And if you show me your hand and it means you're not doing it, you're not doing it. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please comment, give a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. Doesn't take much at all. Just go over to that subscribe button. I don't remember what color it is. It might be gray or it might be red. If it's red, hit it. If it's gray, you've already been subscribed. If you've been unsubscribed, then resubscribe. So thanks for watching.